23 minutes past the hour now. A friend of the man accused of gunning down 9 people at a historically black church in Charleston, South Carolina, is now charged with lying to the feds and hiding information. Again, this is a friend of the alleged shooter. His name is Joey Meek. You see him on the right here. He pleaded not guilty in court today. On the left, of course, is the accused shooter, Dylan Roof. The feds say Meek, the guy on the right, told an FBI agent that he did not know specifics about Roof's plan to shoot up the church back in June, but prosecutors say that's a lie. Meek has said that the suspect stayed with him and his family in the weeks leading up to the shootings. They were friends. He stayed there sometimes. He told reporters that Dylan Roof had complained that black people were taking over and that somebody needed to do something about it for the white race.
He had told me that it was that the black people were taking over the country and that he wanted it to be segregation.
Well, the friend, Joey Meek, also said that Roof used birthday money to buy a gun and that he took it away when Roof was drunk, but returned it when he sobered up. If convicted, this friend, Joey Meek, faces several years behind bars. Let's take it to a lawyer. Dan Schorr is a former prosecutor specialized in cases including homicides. If he knew something was up and didn't say something, if he sees something but doesn't say something, is that a crime?
Generally not, but he is accused of doing much more than just not saying something. He's accused of concealing that he knew information and then lying to federal authorities when they asked him about it. That's what the 2 charges in the indictment say that he did.
And what happens to you if that's proved to be true?
Well, for the false statements to federal law enforcement, he faces up to 5 years in prison. He also faces 3 years for concealing it. The charge is called misprision of a felony. That's for having knowledge about the crime and concealing it. So he's facing 3 years on one count and 5 years on the other.
Does it matter if, for instance, he puts forth the defense of, I'm a dumb kid and I just really didn't know what was going on and none of it made sense to me and I didn't get it?
That might be helpful if he just didn't say anything. But here he's accused of actually concealing it and responding to law enforcement questions with information that wasn't true. They reportedly asked him about what he knew, whether he knew about the planning, and according to the indictment, he said that he didn't know about it. So that's more than just being confused. That's assertively saying to law enforcement, I don't know anything, when law enforcement says that wasn't true.
Some of his stories, according to my reading of this, had changed as well. Details of where Roof was and when they were together.
Right. So we don't know the facts that are ultimately going to be brought out by law enforcement because the indictment is just a couple of pages and it alleges the basic charges. But he supposedly was a childhood friend of Dylan Roof. They were staying together in the same trailer. He and his girlfriend, Meek and his girlfriend, reportedly took Dylan Roof's gun away when he was ranting, saying he was going to do something crazy when he was drunk. But as you said before, they returned that gun to him, the gun that was then used to tragically kill 9 people in the church.
And I guess what we tell our friends and our kids and our neighbors is if you hear somebody with a gun who's drunk say, I'm about to go kill a bunch of people, and you get the gun away, maybe then take it to the police and tell them and let them handle it.
Absolutely. If these facts are true, if he really knew that there was a plan to shoot people at a church and he didn't tell anybody, that's not just not legally a problem, that's morally reprehensible. But he's innocent until proven guilty, of course, and we'll see how this goes. The federal government usually doesn't bring charges like this unless they think they can prove it, especially in a high-profile case.
Yeah, no doubt. Dan Schorr, thank you.